Welcome everyone to the Crumpled Paper podcast. My name is Jacob Aguilar, and today is a special edition. It is called the weight loss edition of Crumpled Paper. And basically today we have two very special guests. We have the one and the only
Tyler Langhennig.
and also the one and the only
Mrs. Finney.
And I am also joined by my co-hostess
Kiara.
Torrey. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into this, and since this is about weight loss, I think the first question is that everyone thinks of with weight loss is, what made you want to do it? You want to go first, Tyler?
For a long time, I just kept gaining weight, and every day I'd look at myself and I was like, I don't like what I see. And I wrote an essay, and in that essay I say how you can try multiple times, and the first few times you try, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
You don't make it, and you just give up. But it really takes that motivation to actually do it. But I couldn't stand the way I looked, and I just
were like, I'm
couldn't
gonna
take any more of it.
Well, that's good. How about you, Miss Finney?
Actually, it's kind of a funny story. I had a former student who teaches here now, Molly Major, and she was teaching. Yeah, she was teaching a Zumba class during the summer at the gym that her parents owned, and encouraged me to come in for it. And I really went just because I love Molly and I wanted to see her. And then once I got into it, the people at the gym kept encouraging me to come back. So that's really kind of where my journey started. It was more of a social thing, to be honest.
Really? Because I remember Tyler, he used to come to me asking me how I lost some of my weight, but now he surpassed me and he's lost a lot more weight than I have, and he looks really good. Congratulations, Tyler.
Thank you, Tim.
You have really made some progress. Okay, Kiara, do you want to ask the next question?
What was the hardest part about losing weight? And like, what major changes did you make in your life to lose?
Definitely the hardest part, because when it comes to losing weight, you don't even have to do any physical things. The diet is more than everything. Like, you could go on a diet and lose weight, and sticking on that diet and not cheating on your diet, that's probably the hardest thing.
I feel you on that.
Because once you get there with the physical part, it just gets easier and easier.
But you didn't like dieting? Because I know for a fact that I hated it strongly.
It at first. I hated it, but I can't.
I didn't give up. And obviously now it worked out for you really well.
I hate myself if I cheat on it now, because I got it, it's stuck in my head that I gotta eat right.
How about you, Miss Finney? What was the hardest part for you?
The hardest part for me, I think, was staying motivated through rough times, because I was a person who used to eat when I would get stressed or upset, so it was hard to kind of plow through that. And for me, it was a little different with the exercise, I think, because I'm so much older and because I'm a woman, my hormones are different, my metabolism is different. So for me, the exercise component was hugely important. And it was difficult being done with school and then making myself go to the gym, or having to do something and not going to the gym until 7:30 or 8, but making myself go every day. That constant was hard.
What was motivating you, like both of you guys? Like did anyone motivate you, or was there just something motivating you?
It was like that first 10 pounds that comes off, you're like, okay, I can do this. It's just, you see that weight coming off and you're like, all right, I can keep going. I can do this.
Okay. And was because I know from experience, like the first week or the first month about is always the hardest. So was it the same for y'all also, that like the first week it was struggling and staying with the diet for the first few days especially?
The diet was definitely the hardest. I wouldn't say the physical part was, because during the summer I worked landscaping, and that requires you're going nonstop all day outside from like 6 in the morning till 6 at night.
Oh wow.
So the physical part, it was just, I had to, it was my job.
Okay. And so who all supported you all in your journey so far?
My father and my stepmother definitely, until recently, because they're telling me I'm losing too much weight. I need to stop. But they definitely supported me throughout it.
Okay. And then any friends also, or I'm sure once like friends like saw you and they saw how much you weighed.
Yeah, definitely. That's everybody's go-to question. How'd you do it? It's just like a lot of people didn't even recognize me.
I remember when I first saw you when we came back to school. I was really surprised. I was like, because in one summer you completely changed. I was like, wow, you look really different, and like you do look a lot better now, and you look really good.
Thank you.
All right. And
For
you,
me,
Miss Finney?
definitely my family. My family's been huge. My trainer, she's amazing. She's been with me since the beginning, and that's when I was almost at 400 pounds. And then my students have been hilariously awesome about it. They would do the countdown with me when I would lose weight. And the teachers here, especially the people in the PE department, they were huge. Deb Sanders, Mandy Madden, Jason Young, Curtis, when he was here, Curtis Hunter, Matt Catino, Manspile. I mean, all of them have been very, very supportive. And I would go to them and ask for advice. Pretty much everybody in this building has been amazing. That's been huge.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people, like, I would just overhear them always talking about you and about your weight loss and stuff like that. And it sounds like you guys both have a strong motivation in the background. And so far, what has been your most memorable experience from the weight loss? Like, your highest point that you think, and then also your lowest point.
My highest point, I can see muscles on myself again. Like if I were to go to the gym, which I haven't, and I were to work out, I'd be able to see all the muscles in my body. But I definitely love looking in the mirror and not having to see just all that fat there. And not have to carry it around anymore.
That's always the best goal, to actually see the results. And then what would you consider your lowest point?
Losing too much weight, like
Losing too
being
much?
too skinny, and because I don't lift weights anymore, being too frail and frigid.
I don't think that frail's the word to use, because now you look normal, you look average. And not saying that like you look weak or anything like that, but like now you look like a normal teenager. And like, because I remember before, like with football, and I would always see you at the gym with Mr. Greer and Gordy. And oh wait, we're not allowed to use names, so that's gonna be bleeped out. But yeah, I used to always see you at the gym, and you used to lift a lot. And like I remember I can't remember what I saw it off of, but I remember you said that you were running every single morning before school and stuff like that. And that's how it worked.
I started doing that after work was over in the summer, and I was getting ready to come back to school. Since I couldn't do the physical part, it was running every morning, every night. Until I was like, I need to stop now. It's too much.
I need to stop. And how about you, Miss Finney? What were your high and low points?
I'm gonna go with lowest first because I like to end on a high note. My lowest point was definitely when I hit a plateau for, gosh, I would say 6 or 7 months, and I maintained the weight loss, but I couldn't budge. And I was going through a huge major life transition at that time, which I'm sure greatly affected it. My highest point was when I stepped on the scale and I hit 150. My loss was 150. And I just cried. You know, I was happy, but it's still, even talking about it. Sorry. It's that moment where you're just, whoa, I did this. Yeah. It's huge.
It is. You look at it and you just like, I'm so used to seeing that weight, and this weight is showing itself. You almost can't believe it. Like, it doesn't, you can't fathom the fact that that weight is actually
gone.
It's gone. And like, I was used to seeing 270, 275 on the scale, and to step on the scale and see 170, that I can't comprehend it.
That is an extreme weight loss journey, I believe, for both of y'all. And what is your progress so far then on the basis now? Because like you guys were saying, like you lost 150 and then you guys keep going down. And
I've lost 175 plus.
Oh wow!
And so at this point, I think my goal, I don't want to pick a number as my goal. You know, I want to go until I feel like, okay, this is a good solid place for me to start maintaining.
Like a healthy weight.
Yes, and I still feel like I need to lose probably, 25 to 30 pounds. And that's going to take a while because it drops fast at first, because you're so heavy and you have so much to lose. And now this is the struggle. Like, the struggle is real once you get to this point.
And then for you, Tyler?
I've lost overall about 100 pounds. I know for a fact I've lost 100 pounds now, but I haven't been weighing myself in a while, so I have no idea where I am. Hopefully it's somewhere where I want to be and where I don't want to be. Hopefully I'm not lower than I want to be. I really don't have any clue right now as to where I am.
Okay. And then, do you have any future plans for yourself, like continue with weight loss? Like once you get the weight off, if you guys want to tone up, if you want to just like maintain, like what's your plans after the weight loss or
Maintenance is huge for me. That's gonna, especially with my age, because I'm closing in on 40. So I think maintenance is gonna be key, and I want to do all the things that I haven't done, that I haven't been able to do, that I was held back because of my weight. Like go out dancing more. I love to dance, and I haven't done that in years. I haven't played sports in years. I didn't go on a plane for years because I couldn't fit in a seat. Stuff like that. Those are the things that I want to do now. I just needed to get to a weight loss goal before I kind of started those things. If that makes sense.
It's even the small things that you realize that you couldn't do. Because I remember when I was big, I couldn't get on roller coasters because I was too big for the seats.
Yep.
And then I remember like the embarrassment that you had to go to certain sections that way you can't sit down.
Yes.
And so, like, just the knowing that, like, hey, I can fit into a size medium or small now compared to, like, when I was wearing, like, double XL. And just the fact of knowing for y'all that, like, now you can do things that before you couldn't. Is that, like, another high point also?
Definitely.
Okay. And then also, what was your plans for the future?
I don't think I have any more like fat on my body to lose.
No.
There's really none left. So for me, I need to start toning myself, going to the gym and lifting weights. And then when I was little, I was a big soccer player, and I had multiple trophies from winning like districts, winning like being the top in my flight. Almost being state champion in futsal, which is in indoor soccer, and then my weight was too high and I couldn't play anymore. So definitely being able to go back to soccer and play soccer again is really, I'm looking forward to that.
So you're trying out in the spring for soccer for the team?
Mm-hmm.
I wish you luck for that. And one of the closing questions, I know sometimes people can be cruel in this world, so if there's one thing that you can say to the people that try to like push you down and like basically we're stepping on you and that we're discouraging you, what's one thing that you would want to say to them? It can be anything as long as it's school appropriate.
I mean,
no names.
People are gonna be mean, hate on you. The reason to let them get to you. I mean, in all honesty, that was probably part of the reason I decided to lose weight, because it was just people being mean to me, calling me fat, and I couldn't take it.
Tired of it.
I was so tired of it.
So you basically just show them up and like,
right.
Okay, well, that's good. And then how about you, Miss Finney?
I think anybody who discourages you when you're on this journey, or any journey, as a matter of fact, in your life when you're trying to change for the better, those are the people that you need to, with compassion, definitely leave out of your life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it comes from a place, when somebody's doing that, there's either jealousy or there's insecurity. So I try to figure out where it comes from, but then at the same time, I just have to walk away from those people. And I don't know if I have anything to say to them.
Just keep ignoring them.
I'm looking forward, man. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for this podcast. I think that today went rather well. Kiara, would you like to be the closer?
No.
No?
No.
All right. Well, for anyone who would like to add to this, make sure to follow our Twitter at BXP Podcast. Is that it? I believe so. Yeah, BXP Podcast. And then also hashtag us with any questions that you still have for them. And I hope you
Or
y'all
tell us your
enjoyed.
story, your weight loss story.
Tell
if
us
you've
your
had
weight loss
one.
story if you've had them. And just keep up with the channel and stuff like that. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And yes, that concludes your Crumpled Paper Podcast. Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, all right, now.
So can you guys hear the bell in here?